Gimme.
Like you'd play some bug beetle game, and when you play it, it gives you a card, and then that's your like bug for that match. So
Oh,
you can
okay.
start a new game and tap your card and play that bug again, or you can get a new one.
Oh, okay.
So in this game, it's having some card mechanic where instead of having like a save file, right, it gives you cards. So you can tap up to 5 cards, and those are like kind of like your abilities, and like they give you different things.
Okay.
So that's
So it's using like
that NFC.
Nintendo's Amiibo, NFC
Probably.
type stuff reader.
Yeah, yeah.
thing. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if you scan it or NFC or what, but
Mhm.
it gives you. There's some cards that you get when you play it that you can kind of progress. That's your progression. Like if you want to play again, you bring your 5 cards next time and tap them or whatever.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
at least it like built. It's like a little different than the original in some way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I kind of wish if they hadn't that they wouldn't have made the Pokemon stuff kind of like so like gimmicky. Like the little Pokeball that you could walk around with for Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I hate that.
Like it was like an expensive item for one,
It's like $60.
and then like it didn't work with everything.
Yeah.
It only worked with like I think 2 games were relevant on it. Like it was for Pokemon Go, and then I think
Let's Go,
Sword and Shield or something like that, or Let's Go was
Let's
able
Go.
to do
You
it,
can
but
throw it.
I think
pretty
Sword
much
and
it.
Shield you were able to actually link it and then get Mew, right? If you had never
Yes.
used a Pokeball
That's
before.
correct.
But you could never do anything else with it.
Correct.
So it just seems like that was like a missed opportunity. Like they could have made that like pretty cheap or whatever and just made it so that it was like a staple. You can only hold one in there, but you walk around with a key ring full of like a whole bunch of them, and then they're just getting experience while
That's
you're walking
true.
and stuff
That
like
would be
that.
dope. You could put.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then be able to take those to like any game, to any Nintendo game or whatever.
That would
like,
be cool.
Just because they got all that Amiibo stuff.
Yeah.
So just imagine if you had like a Pikachu or whatever that was walking around that with you for like months on months, and then you bring it in
Like
Smash
level 100?
Bros. And it's a little bit more powerful.
That would be
than
actually
the
really
regular
nice.
one, So it's like your dedicated time. Make sure your monster like way better than the regular ones that are standard on there. But yeah, man. Did you get a chance to play anything this week?
Yeah. So this week, I started by firing up Fallout 76 on the PS5.
Okay.
So I wanted to see how it compared to the Xbox One X.
Yeah. Now you already have a copy of Fallout 76, right?
On the Xbox, yes. So
Okay,
I had another one for the PlayStation as well.
Oh, okay.
So
So,
I
you
bought-
bought 2 copies of that thing?
Well, technically, I bought one originally for the PlayStation. When I think like 6 months ago, we said we're gonna play Fallout 76. So I bought a PlayStation.
Actually, yeah. I remember we had played it that one time, right?
And then it was on Game Pass.
Right.
So I played it on Game Pass, and then I had an unopened copy that it just opened up this week. So I
Okay.
just wanted to see the graphics, and I just wanted to see how it felt because I knew the load times were kind of bad on 76 before.
Mhm.
But since it was more open world, you just kind of load once and you're good.
Yeah.
But fast traveling and things like that.
Well, for 76, it was terrible just because of the fact that you had instances when you played with other people. So yeah, if you're just playing solo, I think you'd be good.
Well,
I
you still
don't
you
know.
still
You
have
still
to
have to go in
load
those
when you go in those little
instances,
NPC instances,
Yeah.
like the little quests.
Yeah, which are
Um,
terrible. That's a terrible idea, man.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they would have done that.
Yeah.
They could have kept all that just like, World of Warcraft did or whatever, where it's just like if you're in the area and you could do the quest, you can do the quest with
Yeah.
them. Like you get credit for it or
Yeah.
whatever. Like,
Yeah. So the graphics don't look like terribly fantastic because it's not optimized yet. That game and Elder Scrolls Online. There's a lot of games from Bethesda that are not yet optimized for the PS5.
do you think they will get optimized?
I hope. I mean, I don't know from a technical aspect like how much work goes into it, but
Right.
I don't see it. I don't see why not. I mean, I'm sure they had the dev kits for the PS5 for a while, so
Yeah.
I would think they would be working on this, and this would be a good selling point for your game. Hey, I'm gonna re-release it when there's a PS5, just like Mortal Shell, which that's the one game I'm getting soon.
Okay, you're
Mortal
gonna buy
Shell-
that copy.
Because now it's they just this week they released the PS5 port,
Mhm.
so I feel like it's a great like selling point.
And they gave it a physical copy, right?
Correct.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know why more games aren't doing it. I'm sure they are. It's just not if, it's when these things come out.
Yeah.
So I was playing Fallout 76 a little bit with a new character. Now that I've been playing 4 and I know kind of more about the game, it's much more fun for me now.
Yeah.
Then when I played with you guys, I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
So now I've been building my base. I love building. That's my favorite part about the game. But
yeah.
you know, I've been collecting wood, trying to make a nice little house and things. Doing the little side quests, doing the main storyline that they introduced.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty fun. But I was mainly just playing it to test it out versus the Xbox One X version.
Right.
And the load times alone is enough for it to be like an improvement.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely, you know, when you fast travel, when you open the menus, everything is so zippy. You know, everything's so quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like that game. Other than that, that's pretty much the only game I've been playing on console. One game that I played on recently on PC, shout out to you, Eric Wilson. I was playing with Eric Wilson and Joe, was Valorant.
Oh, okay.
So it's a first-person shooter made by Riot,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the makers of League of Legends.
Right.
So it's like a combination of Counter-Strike and I would say Overwatch when you have your abilities per character.
Okay.
And you can only, you know, be with that one particular character for that match. So I was like some character, I forgot his name already, but he had like a bow and arrow, so I can like shoot arrows on the wall. And then I have vision, and I have like a little owl drone that I can fly around.
Okay.
It was kind of cool. My grenades were like little arrows that did some sort of like electricity. And then you could specify how many times it bounces off walls.
Really?
So it's pretty cool because you have like your little map on the screen, so you can kind of count how many walls are like in the alleyway. So I was able to like bounce to get some nice bounces and you know, bounce these grenades off the wall and
so
into
you
the
just
enemy.
hit a button that states I want like 5 bounces.
Yeah, so like your
go?
left click is like your fire, and then your right click you can tell it to bounce up to 2 times. So you can set it to not bounce by default, and then you right click twice, and for each time you right click, you're specifying how many times your arrow will bounce.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, we're like wrecking people last night, man. We're like undefeated. I'm sure it has skill-based matchmaking since we never played before.
Yeah.
Because for all of us, it was our first game.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, that game's pretty cool. I like it.
Have you ever played Spellbreaker?
Yeah.
You like that game?
It's pretty fun. Me and Will and Squid, we also play that game. All of our first time.
Yeah.
And I think we came in first like 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
And that was the last time I played it.
Yeah, it's fun.
But that game is pretty fun.
Yeah, I like it because it's not I guess it's not as like daunting. You know what I mean? Like with guns and stuff, because you can just get popped from like super far.
Yeah.
And you're just like WTF, but majority of the battles are like, you know, you got to get up on somebody, and then, you know, you start tossing spells and stuff, and then, you know, people are leaving like spell trails, you know, like the ice and stuff like that, so you can kind of follow, and then, you know, some of the little skills and abilities and whatnot are cool. So I probably wouldn't mind like doing some more like team playing or something like that, or some competition playing on that game, because it's kind of fun.
I definitely like that game too, because like you were saying, you can't get sniped from across the map. Like your survivability increased because, you know, all these abilities are a little bit more, I guess, slow, you could say. You know what I mean? You're not getting shot with like 50 bullets in like a couple seconds.
Right.
You might get, you know, some fire or ice or something thrown at you, or the melee, you know, the earth, they'll be like pounding on the ground. It's a little easier to dodge and weave the attacks.
You can get decimated by, you know, people who know how to use their abilities, you know, in good rotation and stuff like that. But yeah, it's more of like you know, you can challenge.
Yeah.
You know, there's challenges everywhere, and then you can still challenge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it seems like it's like a good level playing field.
Yeah, for sure. I do like that one too. We definitely got to jump on that one. But other than Valorant and Fallout 76, that's pretty much all I've been playing. I did try Hearthstone again.
Okay. Is there like a new season or something like that?
There
is. New
packs? I read somewhere that I guess last year, if you didn't play, and if you log in,
like if you didn't play at all,
if you didn't play for like 6 months or something, I don't know. This was
played for like 2 years.
This was something that I think went into effect last year, but I just barely learned about it this year.
Okay.
So if you didn't play for a while, they give you like a whole deck, and with the deck, it comes with legendaries. It comes with some good cards.
So they allow you to jump in if you haven't played in a long time and not feel so behind.
You get a free deck that's like you could play it right now.
That's cool.
So I just like. I saw some random video. I was like, a free deck? You get a free deck in Hearthstone? I'm surprised Ray didn't tell us about this.
He
But
probably would have on the podcast, but because he's been
well, like
gone.
I said, this was from 6 months ago. This came out 6 months ago, and I just found out about it now. So I was like, let me log in and see if I can still get the free deck.
Yeah.
So to my surprise, I got it, and it came with a lot of good cards, and I was like using it right. Like it was like a pretty much ready to play deck. I only had to add like 2 cards to the deck, and it was like a top viable. Like people were getting to the highest ranks with it.
Oh, okay.
So
you were looking at like some lists or something like that to see what cards people were playing.
I was trying to see what's the closest deck to these, and literally there's one that out of the 30 cards, they're using 28 of the 30 cards. So I was like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm picking this one for sure. This is ready to go.
So what'd you do? You just like scrapped some of the older cards or whatever, and then got the
I had like
cards 10, that he was using.
I had like 10,000 dust on that game.
Yeah.
So I can craft like
whatever
multiple decks.
Okay.
Because every time a card would like get nerfed, they would give you like the dust.
Yeah.
So I would try to log on from time to time when they would like change cards just to get the full dust for it. So I would do that from time to time.
Do they give you less dust if you've like neglected it?
You still get to keep it, and then they give you like the dust for however much it was, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. But anyways, yeah. So I logged in and just to get the cards, and I played a couple matches just to mess around,
Right.
But other than that, that's all I've been playing, man. How about you?
I've actually not had a chance to play anything on my consoles for like pretty much the whole week or so. Because I'm renovating the kids' room and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
So,
nice.
Yeah, my kids' room. So we're moving a lot of stuff around. Got a lot of things to do. So I was pretty much like on stuck.
Gotcha.
So essentially, my game room has now become my kids' room. And so my kids' room will become my game room. But
I see.
I have to move everything around and whatnot. So I was gonna take an opportunity to finally paint my PlayStation and customize it, since I have it like off and everything, and you can't really play it with it opened and whatnot. So since it's off, I was gonna go ahead and paint the shells, and then I was gonna paint the controllers. So video on that coming soon. So I'll let you guys know about that. You guys check that out. But I have been playing some stuff on my cell phone. So
okay.
Strictly because I have Apple Arcade. So
nice.
It's like a cheaper plan once you have like a few people. When you're getting like all the services and stuff, it's cheaper to get like all the Apple Arcade and Apple Music and all that stuff. So there's a game called Survival Z.
Survival Z.
Never
heard of it.
Survival Z or Zombie Z? Survival Z. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's pretty fun. So basically it's roguelike.
Oh, okay.
And you have like your characters. They can be like anybody, you got like 4 or 5 different ones, and then as you go, you have like this tree where you start off at the very beginning fighting zombies and stuff. It's not quite like a twin stick one, where you would aim in the direction and it shoots automatically. It's just pretty much like you walk around and the closest zombie will catch the bullet or the bow. You use a crossbow. So you use that. So as you go through the levels and whatnot, you have like you'll start off in the first place, and then it might branch off into like three different directions to go. And then you have certain things that can give you like certain areas you can go to that will give you like extra equipment. So you might get like an upgraded arrowhead, or you might get some some type of armor for like your legs and your chest. And then you can get traps and different things. And so as you kill the zombies drop gold coins, and then they drop traps. And so you use the traps, and basically every level is about 3 to 5 rounds. So, each wave, you'll kill all the zombies, you'll collect all the stuff that they dropped, and then you can strategically lay them around in the points where the zombies will enter. And then you start the level, start the round up, and then do that. So you can always pause it and then go and leave and do something else. And then, you collect different character skins. They don't add like anything extra to it, so it's literally just for looks. But you want to try to get as many of the equipment markers that are on the map as you can. So it's just like if you're looking and you see like, oh, there's 4 equipment markers going down this path, and you just want to go down that path so that you can keep getting all the upgrades and make yourself stronger, you know.
Mm.
And then as you kill zombies, they drop the gold, and you take the gold, and then you purchase upgrades for that equipment
Nice.
or whatnot. The only thing that sucks about it is that you can't get rid of the old equipment and get gold back. You know, even if it's like a little bit. Like if you juiced up your arrowhead all the way to level 10, and then your next game you end up getting an upgraded level arrowhead, it's just like, damn, you know what I mean? You asked out on it.
Got you.
You want to wait, but sometimes you can't wait, you know, because you just need that extra firepower and whatnot.
Gotcha.
And then on top of that, I was playing Apple Night. So that's another
is that exclusive?
arcade game.
Is the other one the Apple Arcade exclusive, or both of these? Because I never heard of these ones.
So I believe that you would have to pay for them.
Okay.
But I don't think they're exclusives. I don't think Apple has anything that's exclusive. You just have to pay for it.
Gotcha.
If you don't have Apple Arcade.
Gotcha. So is it on Android? I meant, sorry.
Huh?
Are these games on Android too?
That one I don't know because I don't own an Android,
Gotcha.
so I haven't even checked. But
Gotcha.
I don't know if anything that's saying Apple Night is gonna be on Android. But the reason it's called Apple Night is because you actually collect apples on the map, and then you throw them, kind of like a magical spell or something like that.
Okay.
And then as you progress in the game, because you get, in order to upgrade your items or purchase new items, you collect jewels, gems, gold, things like that drop off of the enemies. There's chests. This is one of those type of games where you hit like a YouTube looking box, and then it plays like an ad or something like that, and then you get like a whole bunch of coins or whatever for the ad. But other than that, it's a pretty cool little 8-bit, game, nice. Something to mess with, on time. So like I have a PS4 controller in my car, that I just keep in the tuck. So like if I'm tired or something like that at work, I go take a break, you know what I mean? Nice. I'll turn that on and then, hook up the controller to it real quick. So, Survival Z works well with the controller. It works really good. And then Apple Night works really well as well. With the controller. So both of those are pretty fun. But it's basically like, it's just a little 2D platformer.
Gotcha.
And you have a sword that you attack with, and then you collect the money and stuff on the map. There's like 2 secret hideout spots for treasures on every map. So you gotta, search around and look for that. The enemies, I haven't come across anything that was like crazy. You know what I mean? It's really just a time killer. And then as you get more money, you can upgrade your sword, get a bigger sword, but you have to do it one at a time. So you can't just like, I'm gonna save up 5,000 and I'm gonna get this big ass one.
You.
Like I gotta, get that one, this one, and then get to that one, or whatever. And then you can change the look of the ability of your projectile. So you still collect the apples, but the apples turn into something else. So like the next upgrade from an apple is a fireball. So you just collect your apples, and then you'll be able to shoot a fireball and stuff like that. So you have like 4 things of health that you start off with, and I think you can increase it higher and whatnot. But they have that one's not rogue, because you have the character and you keep building. And I guess Survival Z isn't rogue, but you have like a run. You know what I mean? Gotcha. You do a run and you die and you go back, and then you have to start the whole run over again or whatnot. Gotcha. But for Apple Night, you have lives on it, but you can increase the difficulty, which would also increase the output of currency by making it so that you only have like 1 life. So like if you were to die, you would have to start the whole level over again. So
gotcha.
It's getting from point A to point C. There's no B or anything like that, no checkpoints or anything.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, but those is basically what I've been playing.
Nice. Oh, there's one more game I played.
Okay.
Yeah, I finished the Astro's Playroom.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Did you platinum it?
Platinum it.
Nice.
Dude, so it's literally, I would say like each level maybe an hour.
Yeah.
And then you pretty much get the platinum.
Okay.
But you got to collect everything in each area. But it literally tells you.
It's literally the puzzle pieces that you got to collect,
it's like
right?
2 or 3.
And the controllers or the collection artifacts?
Yeah. It's normally 4 puzzle pieces.
Right.
And then 2 like relics,
Uh-huh.
But
so you don't have to actually do, because in there you have like all those coins and stuff like that to collect, and then you can go into the PlayStation game room.
Yep.
And purchase collectibles and stuff like that.
So you do need to do those, but it's naturally. I never had to go and like farm coins literally at the
because
end.
you're trying to collect all the coins in the map anyways. Yeah.
So literally when I beat the game, I had like 1,000 left over.
Okay.
After I bought everything, because you do have to buy like, I think it's like 30 items from it.
I've bought quite a few. I feel like it looks like it's more than 30 in there.
Yeah, but like when it gets empty, you're done. So, but I liked it because I like to see all like the PlayStation stuff that they release. It's cool just going through because they have that section from the PS2, and then the PS1, the PS2, the PS3, the PS4, and then at the end, I guess I'll spoil it. You get the relics for the PS5.
Oh, really? Okay. So you just get the console relic?
You get the console, you get the Pulse headset, you get like the couple things that are out.
Yeah.
Right. But it was really cool. It was like really well designed. That game was awesome. Like that was a great like throw in with the console, dude.
Yeah.
That's easily, I would say I would pay for sure $10 to $20 for that game. I got
I think $20 is a good solid price for that one. Because Astro Bot was a fun one.
Yeah. Oh, that was a VR one? Or that was a PS4 game?
There was a VR one.
Oh, okay.
But I believe that there was one for the PS4. Okay. That was something like that you could play. I know there was one. I just don't know if it was like they had a demo that was really awesome for the PSVR, which it had like a bunch of different ones. Like you could play as a mouse.
Okay.
Excuse me. Like as a little Astro mouse.
Oh, okay.
And then you have like a cat. So basically, like you have other people who can use their controller that you have to play the mouse, and then the cat, whoever plays the cat, wears the VR headset. So in the headset, you have like curtains that come over your face because the cat is behind the curtains.
Yeah.
And then the other people controlling the controllers are the mice, and they have to get all the cheese that's in front of the cat. But you have other things that you can use to hide under. So you have like cups and different things like that, bowls and stuff like that you can hide under. So
that sounds cool.
The mouse can move to go towards the cheese, and then if they stop moving, they get shrouded. And then if the cat tries to come out, it can't grab anybody. But if you're the cat and you poke your head out from the screen, and there's a mouse moving, it's just gonna get snatched up, and then it gets taken out.
Got you.
And so it's just like a fun little game to play to like see who can get the most mice or whatever. And then they had another one that was really dope, which I would actually like to play that with the new controller, the PS5 controller. But you had one where it was like almost like a tower defense in a sense, but not, because like you had like a cannon, and then you have like infinite balls to shoot, like infinite ammo, and then you would just have like onslaughts of different creatures and things like that come in, and so you're just destroying them all and whatnot. But it would probably feel really cool, using the cannon on the gun and stuff like that. But yeah, that was like a cool little, compilation demo thing that had like a lot of stuff that you could do on there.
Yeah.
That was fun.
But yeah, it was a great throw in with the system. It really got you knowing the controller. After that, I was like, okay, I know what this controller is all about, It brought the console up a notch in my eyes, just because the controller is so fantastic compared to, and I even like the battery life. I feel like the battery life is not amazing, but the battery life is much better than the DualShock 4, was it?
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah,
like I don't know if I've played yet and had like my controller's dying.
Yeah.
I gotta switch to the other one.
I just remember like the PS3 battery was like that thing lasted like a month. The PS3 one.
The PS3 one? Okay.
From my memory, maybe I could be wrong.
But
I remember the PS3 battery was like that thing lasted forever, like a week for me.
Yeah.
And then the PS4 controller, if you try to game on it one night, you're charging that thing.
It was like a couple hours.
It was
4 or 5 hours.
It was bad.
Like
it was terrible. And then it seems like this one's in between. Like I have to charge it maybe every couple of days. Like it's pretty solid, So.
Yeah. Do you have any headsets for your consoles at all? Like wireless headsets?
No. So what I do is I use a mono earbud.
Okay.
That just converts it for mono, just so that I can like hear if my wife is talking or something.
Right.
Because I do have a headset for my PC, but I get into the bad habit like I'm doing something, and my wife's like, "Man, I could be dying in here, and
You
you can't hear me."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my bad, I got like a noise canceling headphone. I can't hear nothing."
Yeah.
You know, because I used to put it on like when I would be working, because we both work from home.
Right.
So I'd be putting it on, and I'm just like ignoring life at that point. You know, I'm just
Yeah.
like working or whatever. But so I got this little mono earbud, and it's much better because it's like really good quality. Like I can hear whatever I'm doing perfectly, but I can still hear, you know, the outside noise perfect too. So that's what I've been gaming on, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of what I missed about the PS5 is that the PS4 had that little headphone, you know, that one earbud that you could talk and hear from.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't great as a microphone,
Yeah.
but it was good to, you know, just put it in and be able to hear off that one ear. But we didn't get anything like that for the PS5. You know, I guess because, you know, they'd say utilize the microphone on the controller.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. But yeah.
But
yeah, what is good, everybody? Today is a good, bright, sunny day in California, and welcome back to another episode of the We Love Gaming podcast. This is episode 40.
Dang.
So you know, we're getting there, 40 weeks deep. You know what I mean? Season 2. You know, but there's a few things to talk about. It was a little dry this week, and that maybe that's just because I wasn't following all the fluff.
Yeah. Maybe just in comparison to last week, because last week it was like a fire hose of news, and then this week it's like a little trickle. So
right, yeah. I mean, I know I did see that that one little rumor, that fake ass rumor that about Microsoft. What was it? Microsoft was buying who? Damn, I can't remember what that thing was. Microsoft was purchasing some company, and I thought that it might be for reals. Oh, it was Nintendo. Have you heard that rumor that Microsoft was gonna purchase Nintendo?
That's nuts, dude.
So I mean that would be pretty big, but I doubt that Microsoft would do that. I feel like if they did that, Nintendo would go down.
Yeah, I heard the PS Pro rumors a ton this week, but nothing concrete. But I didn't hear the Microsoft buying Nintendo. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of rumors about the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, the Pro.
Getting a Pro.
Yep.
On one.
Sorry, that's what I meant. The Switch Pro.
Yeah.
Supposedly it can play 4K and this, that, and the other. I'll see it. I'll believe it when I see it. Of course.
Exactly. Yeah. It might have like a 5-minute battery. It's like you turn it on
because the battery is already bad.
The opening graphics and then it shuts down.
Dude, the battery's already bad on 720p. Yeah. So on 4K, whoo-wee, it's gonna be.
Yeah, because you barely get like 2 hours, right, on that thing.
Yeah, dude. It's like lucky. I think Breath of the Wild is like the most extensive game. You get like 2 to 3 hours, and then if you're lucky, you get like 3 to 5. On the first generation of Switch, I know the second Switch that came out is a little more juicy. Has the batteries a little bigger.
Okay.
So they need to put it. It's hard to say. It's because they're trying to make it small, but with a big battery, I see there's limitations. You know.
Yeah.
But
so would you sidetracking? Would you get a Nintendo Switch Pro?
The short answer is no. I wouldn't.
No.
Because
the one you have is good right now, right?
Because I have 2. I have the Lite and the regular. And I only play for exclusives, and I would be happy if I was getting Game Boy Color graphics, to be honest, you know, for the Pokemon and all these exclusives. Yeah. So I don't need 4K on handheld at this point, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just so small. Like, would my eyes be able to register 4K on such a small screen? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yeah.
I mean, you can register good graphics on your phone.
Yeah.
So I think if the developers of the games put forth more graphical effort on the games, they probably wouldn't even need to come out with a Pro. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, but maybe the specs in the console. I've never even looked at the specs of the Switch, but maybe they just can't handle much.
Yeah, they're weak. They're weak. You know. But yeah, so probably not. You know, I would just. Because I want to, because the decision I actually made now, so this is maybe just temporary, but I'm actually not going to get an Xbox Series X.
Oh, okay.
I just want to buy a new graphics card. I mean, I want to build a new PC, like a legit one. Like, you know, drop at least $1,500 or so on a PC.
Okay.
Because all the freaking damn games are on the PC as well. And although I have a PS5 now, I still prefer to play games on the PC. I don't know why. Probably just the mouse and keyboard feels more natural. playing.
I think you can hook a mouse and keyboard up to your PS5.
You absolutely can, and the Xbox, but not all the games support it.
Oh, okay.
But games like Warzones, Call of Duty, you can do mouse and keyboard on that. Games like Smite, you can. They'll put you in the they'll put you in the PC lobbies though.
Oh, okay.
Which is
not
a
once
problem.
They register that, then they switch you
over. They have like a lot of them have input based matchmaking. So it's based on your input. So controllers play controllers, but that's perfectly fine.
I wonder what happens if you were to start off with a controller and then switch to keyboard and mouse like right before the match starts.
So specifically for Smite, you're locked in, so you can't even in the settings. It's at the beginning of the game, when you lock into either whatever input.
Yeah.
For the duration of the game, you can't change inputs. You have to play with that. To switch, you start killing everybody.
Start ruling the freaking map with your mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, that would be crazy. But anywho.
One of the big pieces of news that we've heard recently, right, is that the PSVR 2 was in development and that they were gonna come out with it. They have not given a release date for it yet, as far as I know.
Yeah.
But it looks like that's the train, and we've kind of heard inklings of it, here and there.
Yeah.
Because they came out with a new camera that doesn't work with the current PSVR headset. So it's like why would you have something like that if it doesn't work? But So they had what was it? I guess like an event or something like that, or like something on the PlayStation blog.
Yeah.
That
mini
released.
showcase.
Yeah, mini. Yeah, there you go, showcase. And on the showcase they showed almost like 4 or 5 games.
I think 6 games.
6 games.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So do you have the list of the games that's on there?
Yeah.
What games did they show? Because I know there was like one from the developers of Arizona Sunshine.
Should I just go down the list, or do you want to talk about which one?
Yeah, go from the top. Right.
So the one that they showed was Doom 3 VR,
right?
Which is actually coming out this year. A lot of these we didn't get a date, so it's coming out March 29th.
Probably like end of the quarter for the other ones or something.
The next one that they said was after the fall.
Right.
So that one's the Arizona Sunshine that you were saying.
Right.
So that one looked pretty interesting. The next one was I Expect You to Die Too. Then they showed Fracked, and they showed Song in the Smoke. And then they showed Zenith, The Last City. That one I'm excited for.
Zenith is the MMO, right?
Supposedly.
Yeah. Maybe not the MMO title, but yeah, it's supposed to be like a Japanese RPG mixed with MMO.
Yeah.
Details and whatnot. And I was excited to see that one too, because that seems like that would be a big world to play in. Right.
Yeah.
And be able to, run around. I think you can do climbing and all of that
Gliding,
stuff in there too.
climbing. Yeah. I thought this one might be pretty fun because it's obviously designed. It's an MMO designed for VR. It's not going to be on other platforms. It's not trying to be unlimited game. It's being designed in this scope.
Right.
So I think it could be potentially awesome, and I think it could be the only MMO. I think it's the only MMO that's in VR, if I'm not mistaken.
Like any VR period.
Correct.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys. But
I definitely don't know of any. But yeah.
But I'm like pretty sure that it's the only MMO in VR. So I love MMOs. I pretty much have played every MMO that came out. So I definitely want to give this one a shot. Or based on the reviews, I want to give it a shot. But I think this one could be dope.
Have people been reviewing it already?
No. But I mean, when it launches, depending on what people say.
Right.
But it does look good. I like that it's has that JRPG. Like I like the style of the game. It looks really beautiful, actually.
It kind of reminded me of some of the styles reminded me of Genshin Impact a bit.
I agree completely.
Right, and so I liked that art style and whatnot. And it doesn't have to be crazy.
It doesn't have to be over the top. It's just like that style is just. It feels like a timelessness to it. So I like that. I like those graphics.
Yeah, I hope that the controllers work out well for it. And that it's not like too buggy, I don't know how they're gonna do the movement with it, so that'll be interesting to see, because I think that's one of the more harder things to capture in VR is that movement, and if you don't get that right, it's just terrible.
Got you.
But I liked the way After the Fall was looking. I saw that and I was like, okay, that looks pretty dope. There was another one. It was like Fracked or something like that.
Fracked, yeah.
Yeah, that one looked like that one was pretty cool.
Fracked was the one where you were just like shooting, right? It was like more of just like a first person shooter kind of game, right?
Yeah, kind of like Hot Shot or something like
Yeah.
that, whatever. Super hot or something. One of those games, you know. Yeah, we're just shooting and killing and
That
things
looked a
like
lot
that.
of fun. Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that one
so
too.
as long as the aiming is good on that, then that game will be a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
that game looks pretty solid. One that I really liked was the I Expect You to Die Too.
Okay.
So I didn't play the first one.
Yeah.
But it said I guess that the first one was like a puzzle, like a escape room kind of game.
Uh-huh.
So this is supposedly like you're some spy or you're trying to, I don't know, find spies, but you're like solving puzzles, and it's kind of like an escape room feel kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
So I like escape rooms, you know.
Yeah.
So that one caught my attention. Would I pay like $60 for a game like this? No.
No,
But
but the best thing about VR is that the games normally aren't $60.
how much are
They're
they
about
generally? Because I
they're
don't
about like 40.
40.
Yeah, about
Oh.
like $30 to $40 when you get them. Because I think Saints and Sinners was $40
Oh, okay.
when I got it. I could be wrong. But
Zenith I might pay $40 for, but this I would pay like 10 or 20. Because I
Yeah.
mean this has like no replay, you know, because it's an escape room style game. So once you figure it out,
it might have some replay on it though.
yeah, I guess for guests and things.
Like like a little bit at least. Because well, it'd probably have more replayability if it's procedurally generated puzzles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you got like a set way, then it's gonna you're gonna play it, and then that's gonna be it for it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, another game too. I mean Doom 3. So
right.
So I think Doom 3 came out like 2003, 2004, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, that's cool. That's a remake of the OG Doom. So I'll definitely be interested in playing this again.
Yeah, I've never been one for like the Doom series stuff,
okay.
but I think that something like that in a VR would be good. You know what I mean? Because you get the full game, right?
Yeah.
So you can't really knock that. When you have like a full, actual substance game, it's always fun to play that stuff. But I'm trying to think of that. I was trying to look for the list and whatnot to see, but you had mentioned one right before.
Right before
the Genshin Impact looking one. What was that one?
It wasn't Zenith, Fracked, Song in the Smoke.
Yeah, Song in the Smoke. That one's a survival game.
Oh yeah,
and that one was looking good.
Yeah, it was.
Like I was looking at that and I was like, okay, it might be kind of cool to play like a survival game.
Yeah.
On the VR headset.
That would be dope.
What I mean? So I think you were having to do like everything, like starting fires, finding food.
Yeah, you're scavenging, you're hunting. It's just like all the other survival games.
Right.
But I don't know if there's any other survival games that are in VR. So you're right. It would be cool to like, this would bring the realness, because survival games normally try to emulate reality.
Right.
But when you're doing it with your hands and stuff, I think that would definitely capture that feeling a lot better.
Yeah, I think your hands, like your peripherals, like I think like a big thing is gonna be possibly having like that 3D audio. So like wearing the headset instead of hearing it from your TV or whatever. Because if you're sitting there trying to start a fire or something before it's too dark, and then all of a sudden you hear like padding in the background, you know what I mean? You turn around, like you can't see, you can only see what's in front of you. So it's gonna add a little bit more suspense to everything that you're doing. I thought that like a really good survival game was damn, what was it? Don't Starve. I really liked.
Don't Starve was
and whatnot. And so they had like a lot of little random things that would come at you and stuff. But I think having this perspective of just like first person view will amp it up quite a bit. But I was definitely glad to see that quite a few of these, I believe, are coming out this year, right?
Yeah. So Doom, I know they gave us a date of the 29th of March. A couple other ones they did say this year, but don't correct me in the comments below. But I think only Doom they gave an exact date. The rest of them they said
just sometime this year.
This one,
mentioned
let's see, because Song in the Smoke, it just said unspecified point in 2021.
Okay.
So this one we didn't get an exact date. Zenith we didn't get an exact date. So I think only after the fall it just said early 2021. So yeah, I think only Doom gave us an exact, but most of them are 2021 at some point.
Right.
So
yeah, I'm kind of wondering if this is like a hint at what's to come later this year. Like if that PSVR 2 headset will release later this year, you know?
yeah,
I don't think so. I kind of want to say no just because of the fact that everybody's so hard up on actually getting a PS5.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the shit is just it's non-existent for
Yeah.
people to be able to just walk in the store and purchase.
Yeah.
So I feel like because it's such a hard item to get, like people would be like, yo, why the fuck are you even making headsets and shit? Make more PS5s. You know what I mean? Like make sure the market is flooded with PS5s, then do the headsets.
Yeah.
You know, but we don't know what's going on, you know,
Yeah.
with them over there.
Yeah.
So.
The cool thing though is now we have USB Type C on our console. And you could pass so much through USB Type C.
Right.
So
I guess that was one of the reasons why the PSVR 2 headset will only have like one port.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that because, like I told you before, I've been looking into buying a used PSVR headset.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that there's this box that you got to plug in, and then you got to plug into that box. I'm like, man, more boxes and things, because
it's a lot.
Because I kind of have it I kind of have all my consoles neat on my entertainment center right now, and I really don't have space for anything. So I'm like, dang, now I have to have more wires and I have another box.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking forward to doing that, but if it's just a single wire, perfect.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a single wire or if it's still a box that's hooked up with a single wire. Because basically you have like this little box, and then you have an HDMI port going into it, an HDMI port going out of it, and then you have to power it up.
Yeah.
You have to have a USB like mini attached to it also.
Yeah.
So it's a lot involved with it. And
but
the thing I hated the most is just like it hinders you from doing anything. That's what makes like the Quest 2, Oculus or whatever, that's what makes those things great, is because they're just like wireless, you know?
But because standard USB can't pass through, it could only pass through power and data. It can't pass through input output for signals or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that box was doing the transferring of that that
all that
video
data and stuff. Yeah.
So the USB Type C can do all that. So in just one cable, I'm speculating that it's just gonna be one cable.
That'd be nice, man. Like a 50-foot cable or something like that, just to give you plenty of room.
Yeah.
To just do whatever.
That would be nice, dude. So
maybe figure out how you could like because like some of the rigs and whatnot, for like the Omni treadmills.
Oh yeah.
And whatnot, they're sitting in the middle of the floor, but if you're playing something that's got wires, it doesn't make it that much fun. Like that's one of the reasons that I don't like the PSVR headset. That's one of the things I don't like about it. But it's you can't like just do like turns and stuff like that. You got to worry about the wire. You can't go too far from the TV, because you might end up pulling that box down, or you have to find like a place for the box, next to the TV. But if you'd be able to like string it along your ceiling or something like that to like the middle of the room or something,
that would be usable.
Or just like, put some hooks up there. So like, when you want to play it, string them on the hooks so that you can play in the center of the room and you're good to go. That would be nice. So, and I'd hate to have to buy like, some type of a USB, Type C extender, but it would be cool if it just like had the headset and they gave you a USB Type C cable or something like that. And then all it is just plugging the USB Type C cable into the headset and then into the PlayStation. Because then you could just go out and buy like as long of a cable as you want. Yeah,
and that's what I'm envisioning. Because like I said, there's nothing stopping you from that cable transferring all that data.
Yeah.
All the video and USB Type C can do all that. So I don't see why that is not going to be a reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I hope it is.
I hope they make the headset a little bit more just friendlier. You know what I mean? It's just so big and bulky.
Gotcha.
I would like it if it was a little bit more lightweight.
Yeah. I only used it once when we went to the PlayStation experience, or I forgot what.
Yeah. The PSX, yeah.
So I know wearing my glasses was kind of an issue. It didn't feel good wearing my glasses in it. But the headset felt like pretty like lightweight, it wasn't as like intrusive on my head as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
But it would be cool if it was even lighter though. You know, for the second iteration of it. But like I told you, I'm trying to buy it just to have it PlayStation VR, because I do have a couple games that I got from PS Plus over the the year or two.
Right, we just got Farpoint. There's a couple of other games. I think
like Rush of Blood that I have.
Okay.
And I love those types of games, like a Left 4 Dead, like a shooter. There's a couple random ones that I have. I think Skyrim VR would be kind of fun to play too, to be honest.
I'll let you borrow it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I have Skyrim VR because it came with the bundle that I got that my wife bought me.
Is it good?
Or it gets old? I have an issue with my camera registering my controllers. So they have like a teleporting walk that's trash. Like excuse me. It pretty much makes it really nauseating, at least for me. You know what I mean? When you're looking and then you go to appear and it's like like you're getting G-forces, thrown at you or something like that. So I got really nauseous playing it like that. And then they had another one where you could just tilt the controllers. You'd bring the controllers up and then you tilt them like left, right, forward, backwards. And then, because you already have your hands kind of up for like your shield and your sword or whatever, or your two swords. But that it was just always registering it terribly. Like it would always register like giving it like an automatic tilt for my hands. So then I would have to like super tilt my hands in order to move left, or I'd have to like, walk around like this just to be able to go straight. You know what I mean? So it was kind of a pain in the butt. Got my Sekiro sword.
That's dope. But, was that letter opener?
Yeah. Letter opener. That's cool. But yeah, so those were issues, but I'll let you borrow it once you get the PSVR headset, just so you can check it out, because it might register better, on your system, or maybe they fix like some bugs or something, but I doubt Bethesda's done anything to it, since it came out. But have you seen the Microsoft Mesh? Did you ever see that? They released like a trailer for the Mesh, but it was pretty much like, like goggles that you would wear like to cut the grass or something like that. Yeah. So it was like big old safety goggles.
Okay.
That kind of had like a flip up. Okay. Or whatever, but they had kind of rim like your glasses. Yeah. So when you flip them down, it was like this little film or filter or something like that over your over the lens part. And it would allow you to, it was like an AR type of thing. So it would allow you to see like somebody else if they were using the glasses like in the same world or something like that, and you can look at things. So they were showing people like working on schematics and stuff like that, building something and then able to pull up the schematics, split it apart, pick one thing, stuff like that, on some Iron Man type shit. Okay. But yeah, so I mean, if something like that, was to come out for like the VR, where it was something that looks like it might be tag comfy, I don't know how it feels because obviously I haven't tried it, but it looked like it might be pretty comfortable. If not, they was trying to sell the shit out of it because they was sitting there with them headsets on, chilling on the couch and shit, talking to their family and whatnot. But yeah, if they come up with anything that's nice and form fitting, lightweight, I think it'll be a winner. But I'm definitely trying to see if I can get a new one. I have like an issue right now with that little black box for my PSVR headset. Yeah. Where the USB port, the mini USB port, isn't like connecting properly. So you gotta like wiggle it around and play with it and shit in order to.
Can you just buy that box again? Or
I don't think so. I don't see where the box is selling. I might have to go on the PlayStation Store and then see about getting like another part. Gotcha. Like if I can buy that part again. Hopefully it's not crazy expensive. Got you. But got you. But yeah, so I mean, Epic, Fall Guys.
Yeah. So this was a very successful game when it came out, right? So it came out last year. In the middle of COVID, everyone's at home, sad, lonely. And then this game drops. This game drops and puts a smile on a lot of people's faces. We're running around with a bunch of other people, bopping into each other,
like
falling off
chickens
the
with your
map.
head cut off.
Yeah,
Man.
it's like this was a good fun game, and on top of it, it was free on the PlayStation Plus,
Right?
and it had just like a cheap price tag in general. It was like a $15 game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this was a no brainer. I bought this on Steam, I believe. I bought it on Steam, and then I got my free copy on the PlayStation. And this
is it on the Xbox as well?
No, it's coming to the Nintendo, but
oh, okay. Yeah. That's right. That was a big announcement that it was coming to Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. So I'm surprised Sony didn't swoop in on this studio.
Right.
But Epic,
you would think they would have as well as it did, like off top.
Yeah. But I think it was like, when what game came to Rocket League was free day one.
Right.
And Sony didn't try to acquire that studio. So I think it was a great move for Epic. They're trying to. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point this is a free game for Epic customers. Because Epic every week, every month, they're giving tons of games out. I have dozens of games on the Epic, maybe like 30, 40 games.
Really?
For free. And they're good games too. They're modern games.
Yeah.
Civilization. I think I got a Tomb Raider. I got tons of games for free. Battlefront 2.
Nice.
They give games, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is some like tool. Hey guys, come to the Epic store. If you're a new Epic customer, you get Fall Guys for free. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to use this as like some marketing ploy.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's not as popular as it was, it's still everyone knows Fall Guys.
Yeah.
So I think it's a smart move for Epic.
Do you happen to know how much they bought it for?
No.
Okay.
I'm not too sure.
They didn't release that?
I didn't see it in the article. I could try to look it up really quick, but I didn't see the price. I would be curious to see how much they bought it for too.
Yeah, right. To see how much it's actually worth. I think that these developers, this is the first game that they've made. If not, it'd probably be their biggest game that they've ever made.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see how much one game you can get from just one game. All that hard work on one game, and then it just pops off.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the price, so maybe they got such a good deal. They're like, all right, we can't post it.
Or they just haven't released it yet, maybe. I think it's still, I don't know how long it takes to finalize these deals, man, because isn't Bethesda still finishing their deal up?
Yeah.
That was like declared like months and months ago. That was like almost like 6 months ago that it was declared that Bethesda was getting bought out by Microsoft. ZeniMax.
So yeah, I couldn't find anything, unfortunately. But I guess Fall Guys is coming to Xbox, by the way. Just not yet. It's coming to Xbox and Nintendo.
Yeah, it's got to. I wonder if they'll get it on Game Pass.
Probably, but also too, I hope that I feel like they can do a lot with this game. You know what I mean? They can add crossplay.
Yeah.
They can maybe bring it to mobile, because it's not a graphically intensive game.
No.
By any means. If it can run on a Switch, there's no reason why it can't run on our phones.
And there's no like extra benefits to like playing on a controller or playing on a mouse and keyboard or anything.
I actually think it's a little easier playing this game on a controller.
Yeah.
I think it's a little easier. Yeah, it's
maybe
a little more
because you're not using
too.
the WASD keys or something like that.
It's a little more comfier too.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, I know Squid, when we used to play on the PC, he would plug in his controller, and I think he would play on the controller. But but yeah, you're right. There's the input really doesn't matter. You could even play on a phone pretty good. You just have your joystick and your jump. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I could see them putting that on there, right? Because they put Fortnite on there.
Yeah, you're right.
So
you're right. Yeah, Epic did put Fortnite on the phone years ago. So that'd be even a great way for them to sell you skins. You know what I mean? Make Fall Guys free to play, and
just sell skins.
Just sell skins. Milk it right now. Like sell it to everyone for $15, and then in a year,
you don't even have to do that just because of the simple fact that it's such an old game. I mean, not old.
Yeah,
but it's been out for a while.
Yeah, just because it's still coming to some platforms. Like it's about to come to Xbox, so they'll get their $15 for the Xbox people. Yeah. Comes to Switch, they'll get their $15 from the Switch, and then wait 6 months to a year, make it free. You know what I mean? Make it free to everybody. Yeah. Bring it on the phone. When you bring it on the phone, make it free, and then now you're just bringing in the dough.
But I mean, you still have the money. Like, don't they have like a battle pass of some sorts? something
Good
like that,
point.
like a season
Yes,
pass.
they do.
And then, and you're still able to buy regular
Skins.
currency to get
Mhm.
skins and different things. So I think there's just enough money that they shouldn't, need to sell it anymore. Like
Yeah.
it's not necessary, If they were able to open up the game, giving it for free, then I think that they don't need to sell it because
Yeah.
it's obvious that people will pay into it and people play it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? People are still playing it.
Yeah.
So I just think that the more you eliminate like the upfront cost, the more you get on the back end. Cause it just seems easier. Like
That's true, like Genshin effect. Yeah.
yeah, I'm way more willing to like, you know, download a little game on my phone and drop like $1 on it or
Yeah.
whatever, for some dumb little package or whatnot. If I like the game,
Yeah.
or just like playing any of the other stuff, Genshin Impact and opening up packs, whatever. There's
Yeah.
lots of games that especially even on Game Pass. You know what I mean? Like, Destiny 2 on Game Pass, and then you're like, you know what? I think I will just go ahead and get the season pass or whatever. It's only $10. You know what I mean? It's $9 because it's I got Game Pass. Cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like you didn't pay anything for it, so it's like, yeah, I'll buy some. Seems easier to digest it.
Yeah, for sure.
When it's free off top.
Yeah,
but
for sure, man.
Yeah, man. So one of the bigger news right?
Yeah.
Is Minecraft Dungeons
Yeah.
getting an arcade version?
Yeah. So, during this COVID era, the last thing I would think we would see is, a big, hey guys, Minecraft is coming to the arcades with this 4-player Minecraft Dungeons arcade cabinet. This kind of came out of left field in my eyes. I wouldn't have predicted this in a million years.
Yeah.
Would this make a good arcade game? Absolutely. Like we all had those times playing The Simpsons on the arcade. Man. Amazing game. Gauntlet.
Simpsons, Street Fighter,
Ninja
Turtles.
Yeah. All those 4-player co-op games, like there's magic in the arcade when you're just with some buddies, trying to beat the game, putting another quarter in when someone's dying. Like this, let's face it, we played this game together when it came out because it was free on Game Pass. This game is best played with other people. I think that's safe to say.
Yeah, for sure.
When you play with...
That was the same with like Trove on the PlayStation and all that stuff. Yeah.
These types of games, this is a little action RPG light. You know what I mean? These games are best played with other people. So on the arcade, I can absolutely see this would be a lot of fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only caveat I thought was, what about your progression? Are you always starting at level 1? It's going to kind of suck to always do the beginning levels over again. I don't know how they're organizing like the levels, the progression in the game.
Yeah.
But one unique feature that this game is going to have is cards. So it's kind of like a throwback to all those old arcade games I used to play as a kid where you'd go and play the game. When you put in your quarter or whatever, you'd get a card from it. And that card would have some sort of feature. Like it would unlock a car next time you played, or I used to play this bug fighting game. You would unlock that bug, and you could always keep using it if you swipe the card before you enter your money.
Yeah.
So that's what this is doing. So your progression is tied to these cards. So every time you play the game, you'll get a card. The card can be a skin, it can be a weapon, it can be some sort of armor, a hat, a little trinket. So you can have up to 5 of these items tied to your character. So the more you play, the more cards you get, the more you collect, the more you can start the game off on a better foot, So essentially it progress the game faster if you got these awesome weapons and stuff like that.
Right.
So, and it would probably be cool just like collect, like if you're really into the game, I just want to collect all the cards. I want to have all the weapons, the armor.
Now, is it going to be physical cards or is it going to be digital?
It's going to be like a physical card. So
it'd be kind of dope if it was digital, right? Because if you had like these are like Minecraft Dungeons Arcade isn't like a regular arcade game, right? That's on the Xbox. It's like a physical arcade box.
Yes, the
that
cabinet.
The cabinets that you would get, shipped to your house or you'd find at like an arcade, spot or something like that. So it'd be kind of cool if, on the box there was like an area where you could place your phone at, and it had an NFC reader, and then you had your cards on there, and cool. You could like go through your phone, pick the cards that you want to equip to your player.
Yeah.
And then maybe there's like an online feature for the cabinet. So like you would have your login information on here, and it would take that, sign you on, and then you could find like another player or something like that to play with. so that you'd be running the dungeons with somebody else, you know, that could be playing on like PlayStation or something. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be kind of
cool.
Because
it would give you a different feel, you know, when you're playing it and whatnot, but it would still connect you like modern times.
Yeah.
So, and it would be nice to, you know, the thing I don't like about like cards and things like that is that you have to keep track of them. You know what I mean? You have to keep them in something or whatever, but your phone is always with you.
Yeah.
Well, for the most part, you know, some people lose their shit, but you know, your phone being next to you, you have all of your cards right here. You know, you have like a little Minecraft Dungeons wallet, and then boom, you know, you're able to do it.
I definitely see that having some appeal, especially if they gave you a card and it had like a little key on it. Yeah. And, I'll type that number in. Right. You know, I could either swipe it or I have it on my account now. You know, I got my little thing right here. Mm-hmm. That would be pretty
especially
dope.
If you like keeping them for like collector's edition, you know, looking at a book or something like that.
Because although we are in a digital world, the physicalness is still, you know, like, because it's an arcade cabinet, like, I don't mind them having these physical cards and making it more of like a manual thing. Just because it's like, you know, it's like kind of a throwback to the, like, so many games that used to have these cards too. It's just something cool about it, you know. It's something that actually makes you want to go back and play it. You know what I mean? It gives you, it has something about that physicalness, like it's a draw, you know.
Yeah, because you have an item, and you know, and you're told that you can use it again. So it's like,
oh, I want to play this again, you know. So and you know, for the people that collect, it gives you a reason to go and keep playing it. Like, even if you suck at the game, or you know, you just want to collect. Let's say you're just a Minecraft fan. Yeah, you're gonna potentially, I want my diamond. I want the whole diamond armor or something. You know, maybe you want to go collect that. But it seems like a pretty cool idea to me, and it's just out of left field. What about you? How do you think? Would you predict that Minecraft Dungeons would be ported to arcade?
I wouldn't, but I mean, I see how it can be easy, right? Because I mean, the majority of the games that are in like those arcade boxes, you know, those cabinets are like, you know, little 16, you know, 18-bit games, you know what I mean? So they're not requiring a whole lot of data, I think, or power. And I think you can probably the housing of that cabinet is probably like bones dry empty, right? In there, it's just like a little small like motherboard or something, and then a freaking, you know, your screen or whatever that you're playing on. So I don't see why you wouldn't be able to just like build one. You know what I mean? Like, find the schematics for it and just build one. You know, in a sense. That would be dope. But yeah, it just seems like, you know, because it's like a different game like that. I don't know why they wouldn't create more cabinets, you know, for different things like Shovel Knight, you know, or Hollow Knight, you know, being able to have a cabinet for that. You know, there's quite a few games, you know, 8-bit games out there. You know, I think that Moonlighter would be good as you know, as having a cabinet, you know, different other games, you know, that it'd be like, oh, you know, that'd be cool to have, you know what I mean? Just like a little box or something. So maybe that's like, maybe there's somebody out there that's got like that niche that they just build cabinets and then they can get like whatever game put on there. Yeah, I don't know how it would work, you know, because you technically would have to buy the game and then, you know, get it put on there. But I'm sure there's some way to figure out how to work that.
Yeah. I just thought of like, what if Dark Souls, Demon Souls was in the arcade? That'd be crazy, you know?
Like the OG ones, I don't think they would pull too much. They would require too much to be able to play those.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool because it would keep you coming back. Like, every time you die, you got to put another quarter in, and like, you know, it counts down. You're like, oh crap, let me put another quarter.
You would get mad money, man. Freaking Demon Souls on arcade,
and you get people to rage like, screw this game, I'm done with this. You know what I mean? That'd be cool if it gave you a card like,
that's what I was just thinking, dude. You know, getting like some of those armor pieces and whatnot. That'd, you know, playing sick, to like, dude. You know, because you know, Dark Souls, you know, Demon Souls, the way you get the armor is just from drops. You know. So it'd be cool if like shit dropped in the game and then you actually got a card.
Dang, you're like, whoa.
You know what I mean? So like you have like this freaking, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh deck of like 40-something cards. You're just like siphoning through them to pick your armor and stuff like that. But it'd be pretty cool. It probably would be more logical, right? If you were to get to like certain points, like checkpoints of the game, and then you would get the cards that you ended the game with. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Or that you got to that checkpoint with. So it's like you collect a bunch of things, and if you die, you lost them. But if you can make it to that point, you know, after the boss or something like that, then boom, you get like all these cards plus like the special card for the boss or something. you know.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, that would be fun, man. You gotta look into.
Yeah, but anyways, they could do a lot of good things with arcades, but it's a dying thing, you know. Arcades are.
I mean, especially now since it's like,
Yeah,
rough to be out and whatnot around everybody. You know
what I mean. So I don't even know where there is arcades. I mean, I know there's still some, but like
there's one arcade spot next to the Redlands Food Lab, or is it Riverside Food Lab? Riverside. Yeah, the Riverside
oh, isn't it Pixels or
food
something?
lab that they have. There's like a spot that's like right next to it.
Oh, okay.
That has like video games and stuff like that in there.
Oh, okay.
I've never been inside, but I did see it there, and I think
okay.
it's still open currently.
Is that place called Pixels or something like that? Or maybe not.
I don't even know what it's called.
Yeah.
I'd have to Google it.
Yeah, because I know when I went to downtown San Diego, near the gas lab district for work.
Yeah.
There's like some vendor or some company that we have a contract with, and they took everyone to. They had like, hey, all of our customers can come to the arcade. It's all you can eat and drink and free games. And we're like, heck yeah! So we got there. So we like walked past it when we left our conference.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, guys, come inside. So we're like, all right, let's go drop off our stuff at the hotel room and stuff.
Yeah.
And by the time we coming back, they're like gone. We're like, is this company still here? He's like, no, they closed up. We're like, what the? The guy was literally here for like 30 minutes. Like maybe because no one came. But like there's a group of like, 4 or 5 of us. Like we're about to like play all the games like as long as they're for free. Because they had, the Simpsons, Ninja Turtle, the little basketball hoops. They had air hockey. They had everything. So we're like, dude, we'll just stay here as long as we can play stuff for free and get free food. Just we'll stay here all night if we could. But the company left. We still ended up playing games and doing stuff there.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Right.
We still played games and stuff. But I was like, dang. But I know Dave and Buster's. I guess that's considered arcade, right? Is that considered arcade?
I would say it's an arcade.
Okay.
Just because of everything that's in it.
Because we still got
you
those.
got like the alcohol and all that stuff.
We still got those Dave and Buster's.
What's the other one?
Big House?
No, it's Dave and Buster's, but there's another one. GameWorks or something like that, right?
Rip.
That's like in Ontario. Is that gone?
Yeah, they went out of business. Yeah, dude.
Damn.
I used to like those. That GameWorks is the place I used to go and get all the cards from.
Oh,
I used to play this bug battle game, these Initial D racing games. Man,
yeah,
that's where I would get all the cards from back in the day. But
I wonder if you could like find out when a business like that is shutting down and see if you can purchase like any of their cabinets. You know what I mean?
I'm sure they liquidate. I'm sure they do at some point. But yeah, dude, that'd be sick.
That'd be cool to have like like the Simpsons cabinet or like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean? Arcades. Dude,
the crazy thing is, I went to Dave and Buster's, the GameWorks, the day before it closed.
Did you?
There was no sign inside. There's nothing. Like, there's no indication that the place was closing. My wife and I, we were playing, like, Initial D. We were playing other games. Yeah. And I remember I went to the bar, and I was like, can I get a, I don't know, Coke or something? And he's like, yeah, sure. So he gave me 2 Cokes. He's like, what else do you want? He's like, you want some beer? You want this?
Just giving shit away.
Well, he was, but I wasn't. And he's like, what else do you want? I was like, this is it. He's like, all right, thanks. I was like, here's my money. He's like, nah, we're good. I was like, what? And so I'm like, hey, look, we got these Cokes for free.
You should have gone back. Hey, about that beer.
That's what I told him. I was like, and he offered me like do I want beer? Do I want some like Patron? I don't remember what he said.
Damn, he was offering Patron.
I don't remember what he said. But I told my wife, I was like, and he was just having like an awesome time, like talking to everyone at the bar.
Yeah.
I was like, look, is he like giving people stuff for free? I was like, he gave this to us for free. Anyway, so we leave the next day. In the newspaper or whatever, it's like GameWorks has shut down. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I was like, okay, he was for sure offering things for free. Like, hey, we got to get rid of everything.
Yeah, we got to get rid of this inventory, man. If you don't want it, I got to take it home.
Because it was pretty close to the closing of GameWorks, like within like an hour. It was closing within an hour, like that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe it's just late. Like he's just like chill. Maybe he already closed up like the cash register or something. But I told my wife, like, yeah, we would have for sure got some free stuff. You know what I mean? If we would have just stick around. But
yeah, a lot of them little arcade spots are kind of shutting down due to the COVID. I don't know if they're gonna open back up. You know, because I know like some of the releases and stuff like that are opening up in different states and whatnot. But I know like Shakey's. I don't know how Shakey's is doing. I know like there's a lot of like John's Incredibles that are like down bad,
Oh
and those are like
yeah.
mini
Yeah,
arcade
yeah, yeah.
spots.
Yeah, those are.
I'm trying to think of what else. Chuck E.
Chuck E.
Cheese. I don't know
Cheese.
how bad Chuck E. Cheese is hurting. It probably is good.
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese like always been around, but yeah, it's been a
That's
while
true.
since I've been to a Shakey's, but I do
Yeah.
wonder if that if that one's taking a dive hit because they specialize in buffets.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. If I could predict that, one's probably dead. But like you're saying, Chuck E. Cheese, they're probably still doing takeout or something. I don't know how good the food is there. I never ate there before, but
You got what, Chuck E. Cheese?
yeah.
You ain't never ate at Chuck E. Cheese?
Well, maybe as a kid, but I don't remember. I can't tell you something that they got on the menu. I mean, they
Shit,
probably
man,
serve
I had
pizza.
Chuck E. Cheese about like 3 years ago. You go to like a little cousin's birthday party or a nephew's birthday party or something like that,
But John's Incredible Pizza, I went there for the first time a couple years ago. My mind was blown. I was like looking inside, like, what the hell? It was like an amusement park. Like the line was long as crap. Like it was outside the door. So you get in, and then once you pay, like you get all the food you want. And then the games, like there's like a little mini bowling alley in there.
Yeah.
Like
there's like bumper cars. There's a carousel.
Little ride that goes up and down.
Yeah, for like the little kids and shit. Yeah. I think there's a swing set ride, where you can go and they do like the spinning and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you have like the arcade side, where you can play some arcade games.
And then all the traditional like claw games and like arcade games and so that place, that's crazy. That's like a Chuck E. Cheese on steroids kind of thing. But I like the all you can eat factor because that's kind of cool.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what I like about Shakey's. I always thought Shakey's had a real good, all you can eat. Their little mojo potatoes.
Oh
and the pizza and stuff.
Yeah, I never got the. Did I ever get the? No, I normally just got like a pizza or something there.
Oh,
I never got
over at Shakey's.
Over at Shakey's.
Round Table too, but I don't think Round Table has a arcade, does it?
I want to say they have a couple arcade games. Have you been to the one over here, next to the Walmart? It's like next to the casino. I mean the casino hotel.
No, I haven't.
That one's like only a couple years old.
Yeah.
And they have like the lunch buffet.
Oh, okay.
Or they had it, when I went there a couple years ago.
Right.
But that's a good little spot too.
I just been to that one over in Redlands where the homies used to go to. Before we would gather around and go from time to time. But yeah, there was a pretty big leak out this week. Elden Ring.
Yeah.
There was I guess a trailer, and it looked like it was. So I don't know if the leak that I saw was the only leak, but it was like somebody recording off of a screen, that they were watching or whatever, the trailer for it.
Yeah.
So you saw that.
I saw excuse me. So I was trying to find this for a minute because it kept getting pulled and down.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, it must be real. All right.
You're right.
It was hard enough to find the damn thing.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people that were like talking about it on YouTube and stuff like that. Were showing like videos of it, so we probably will not be showing anything on this one. But they were showing like small clips of it, and then it was just getting stricken, like right off bat.
Yeah, so I was seeing that a lot, and when I find the video, it reminded me of in high school when I was, when you bought a little bootleg movie and there was someone recording it in the theater.
Yeah, exactly like that.
So the quality was really good.
When somebody gets up and walks right across the screen.
Yeah, so the quality was pretty bad, but it gave me hope, re-sparked that, idea that this game's coming out.
Yeah.
We don't know when, but we do know it is. I mean, hopefully this is proof that it's still coming out,
I mean, they got a guy walking around a lot of little places, you know what I mean? So they got some maps and
it did look good.
stuff.
It sounded good. It looked high quality,
So let me ask you, looking at it, right? Did it look any different from Dark Souls?
Yeah.
In what ways?
I would say like the tone, like it looked a little more light.
Look brighter.
It looked brighter.
Okay.
It looked brighter.
But that's like the desert level in Demon Souls.
Okay. It looked brighter, but I mean it's in a fantasy setting, so it's. I would say there's gonna
Dark
be
Souls
some.
is in a family.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They're both in the fantasy setting, so you're gonna see resemblances there. But it looked like the tone was like lighter, more bright and.
So it definitely watching the video or whatever and listening to the narration going on in the video, it definitely seemed as if it was a bit more lighthearted or that there was a bit more humor in it.
Okay.
It kind of reminded me of like
Don't say Fable. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, as if like it would be like a Fable trailer or something like that. Not that the game reminds me of Fable, but like a Fable-ish type of trailer, or like, like where they do like, where they just try to crack jokes, during a trailer or something like that. It seemed as if it had that type of feeling. So I'm interested to see where they're gonna take it, but I mean, just that little clip, does that seem like anything that George R. R. Martin would have anything to do with?
I mean, we didn't really see much, so it's hard to say, And so to answer your question, no. I mean, I didn't see any of his. I mean, I'm not a super big I didn't read the books of Game of Thrones or anything, so what I'm saying doesn't hold much weight. But it seems like anyone could have created that. Like I didn't really see his little flair on it,
I would have hoped that if there was something that was leaked, that it would have been
story,
almost in a feeling of like epicness. You know what I mean? Because that's what I would put behind George R. R. Martin's name. You know what I mean? Is epic stuff. So like it just seemed like it was kind of like a nonchalant trailer, and that might be the reason why it's something we've never seen before. Because it's something that they didn't want to put out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe they were just trying it out and they didn't like the way it turned out or something. Or they're still working on it. But it just I didn't get a sense of like, action impactful, music, like a battle is about to happen or there's like an awe moment or something like that, in it. But I mean, like, again, it's just a leak.
Yeah.
But you would think that things like that would just be all throughout, the game. If George R. R. Martin has something to do with it.
Yeah. That's true.
Because I mean, every moment is intense in Dark Souls, for the most part. So there's not too much like stuff or whatever, or too much lighthearted stuff in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
So you would think it would just be like, Dark Souls with like George R. R. Martin to increase its intensity and, its epicness.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and we don't know how old this trailer is, like you're saying.
Yeah.
This could be a year old. This could be because like we saw someone record it. Like it was hard to gauge, the craftsmanship of it, in regards to like the graphics. So we don't know how old this thing is. It could be a canned. Maybe this is coming at some event at some point, and they're like, we got bad reception from it, or, maybe George R. R. Martin had nothing to do with that. They're like, all right, maybe we need to get something a little more. I don't know, but I think there's probably a reason why we never saw it.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was cool seeing it,
despite
any flaws in it. It was still awesome seeing it.
Yeah, and just to know that it's like even
still exists.
Yeah, I figured that it would exist, but just knowing that there's some stuff that they've been doing, that it's got quite a bit.
They don't really talk about it much. Like we don't hear much about it. It's not at any of these events.
Yeah.
So I mean, it exists, but like
it's kind of like Dark Souls though. Like Dark Souls, you don't really hear much about it until like it's gonna release. For the most part, like I don't think I see like too many leaks about a new Dark Souls game or whatever. It's like a couple of things that it's in works, but then it's like boom, you get a trailer, and then it's like boom, you get another trailer, and then boom, you get a release date or something like that.
That's true.
So when you see it, you know what I mean. It's when you hear about it, it's getting created. I don't think From Software has yet to scrap a game that they've announced that they were making.
Yeah, that's true.
But
hey, at least
first for everything.
At least this got people excited. It got me excited.
Yeah,
I know it got you kind of excited too.
Yeah. I was pumped for it.
And it's fun just going online, reading what people got to say about it. Anytime something leaks, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Just the whole notion of it leaking and everyone just going crazy about it. And then, like you said, people are getting, flagged. People's videos were getting pulled down, so you're like, oh, it must be real.
Yeah.
It adds to the validity of the trailer. So it was kind of funny. Just watching this whole everything go down. But I hope it releases sometime this year. But if it doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised. But we'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and honestly, I could give a shit if it was like, you know, playing just like a Dark Souls or whatever. Like if you give me a new storyline or some new gameplay, like I'm all for it. Like, you know what I mean? Dark Souls is a great game. So
For sure.
all you can do is just keep expounding on the world and whatnot. But you know, the way the character design looked, it looked just like as if it was a Dark Souls character. And I wouldn't even be surprised if that leak it wasn't even really from Elden Ring. It was like it was like some old Dark Souls footage chopped up or some shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
But some Demon Souls DLC would be kind of cool if they had some for the PS5.
I still haven't fired that bad boy up because I know once I play it, I'm gonna be locked in it for a little bit.
Well, it's nice to play it because you can kind of I think Ray was saying that it seems a lot easier now than I recall. So I've been able to, you know, pretty much coast through the map sections and then get to the boss and then just go and attack the boss and then defeat the boss and then move on.
Yeah.
And so like I've pretty much been able to just sit down, play till I get to a boss, kill the boss, and then you know, I'll stop it and then come back and then do another world and stuff like that. So that's what I've been doing for the most part.
I'm definitely gonna fire it up here shortly. You know, I've just been playing random games, trying to see how they compare to PC or PS4 at this point.
Right.
You know, that Final Fantasy VII remake, I have it downloaded. I haven't played it yet.
Okay.
But I need to play Demon Souls. I need to play Demon Souls and Miles Morales. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because those are the two games that are probably gonna be my number 1 and 2, probably for the system right now. I already know they are gonna be.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting to set the bar. You know, I'm getting all these other games out of the way real quick, trying to see them. You know what I mean? And then I'm gonna play the 2 games that I've been waiting to play. So.
Yeah, I definitely want to put in some more time for Demon Souls, but I also want to get back into playing VR. So I got to figure out like what I can do to mess with my little black box and get the USB cord working properly. But once I can get that going, then I want to get back into playing some games because I still never finished Saints and Sinners, The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And then there's, you know, I still wanted to play No Man's Sky in VR.
Oh yeah.
And a couple of other ones. I definitely want to play Farpoint, you know, because we have that access now. And Farpoint's not a big game. It's not a long game. So it's short and sweet. But, you know, to be able to just run through it, play it, you know what I mean, and check it out. And I still want to do that.
For sure.
Hopefully I can find an aim controller somewhere because I do want one of those.
Oh, yeah. For sure. But
yeah, so that's all we have this week. Like I said, it was a pretty low key week of gaming news. Hopefully we'll have some stuff picking up this coming week, you know, to give you guys. But so thank you for listening. Thank you for watching here on YouTube. If you would like, please hit the subscribe button and the like button for us.
Please.
And
thank you.
Yeah, comment. We comment back. And until next week, we'll catch you guys later. Deuces.
See you.
I love you, me.